Imagine waking tomorrow morning and discovering every insect on Earth has mysteriously vanished overnight. No buzzing bees, crawling ants, fluttering butterflies, or whining mosquitoes remain anywhere across the planet. At first, this might sound wonderful. A world finally free from bites, buzzing, and annoying flying pests. But insects quietly operate countless hidden systems that keep Earth's ecosystems balanced and functioning.
Within days, subtle warning signs would begin appearing quietly across farms, forests, and natural ecosystems.
Around 75% of flowering plants rely on animals to move pollen between flowers.
Insects perform most of this work every single day across forests, farms, and grasslands.
Without insect pollinators, many crops like apples, almonds, blueberries, and coffee would decline rapidly.
Humans could try pollinating crops manually, but the scale would be almost impossible.
Over time, global food systems would shrink, leaving humans dependent on far fewer crops.
Humans would rely heavily on wind-pollinated crops like wheat, corn, and rice for survival.
Meanwhile, another crisis would quietly unfold underground within soil ecosystems across the planet. Many insects act as recyclers, breaking down dead plants and animals into nutrients.
Without them, organic waste would accumulate, while vital nutrients stop returning efficiently to soil. Over time, soil fertility would decline, weakening forests, grasslands, and agricultural land worldwide. Animals that depend on insects for food would quickly face dangerous shortages. Many birds rely almost entirely on insects as their primary food source. As insect populations vanish, entire food chains would begin destabilizing across ecosystems. Freshwater ecosystems would also suffer, as aquatic insect larvae disappear from rivers and lakes. Over time, the disappearance of insects would reshape ecosystems and biodiversity across the entire planet. Many freshwater fish depend heavily on aquatic insect larvae for vital energy and nutrition. Without these insects, many fish species would struggle to find enough food. Over time, freshwater ecosystems would lose diversity and ecological balance. Meanwhile, humans would begin noticing rising food prices and declining crop diversity worldwide. Many familiar foods would slowly vanish from markets and grocery stores. Human diets would shift heavily toward staple grains that rely on wind pollination. Many forest plants would fail to reproduce effectively without insect pollinators. Over decades, landscapes would change as ecosystems lose complexity and biodiversity.
Strangely, the world might appear calmer and quieter without insects everywhere.
Yet insects form one of the most essential foundations supporting life on Earth. Insects form a vast living foundation supporting ecosystems, food webs, and nutrient cycles across Earth. Remove that foundation, and entire networks of life begin slowly unraveling.
Individually, insects seem insignificant, but together they represent unimaginable numbers and ecological power.
Humans rarely notice insects when they are everywhere doing invisible work.
Yet without them, the natural world becomes dramatically poorer and less resilient.
A planet without insects would still exist, but life would change profoundly. Over decades, ecosystems would simplify as countless interactions disappear from nature. Humanity would survive, but the world supporting us would be far less abundant. Luckily, insects are incredibly resilient and continue supporting life everywhere today.
Tiny creatures, often ignored, are actually among the most important engineers of our planet.
Beneath our feet, billions of insects constantly work to maintain the living engine of soil.
Their tunnels aerate soil, move nutrients, and allow plants to grow stronger roots.
Without this underground workforce, soil becomes compact, lifeless, and far less productive.
Insects connect plants, animals, and soil in a massive web of ecological interactions. Remove insects, and that web weakens until ecosystems begin collapsing.
Earth would continue spinning peacefully, yet life would become dramatically simpler.
Scientists estimate insects make up the majority of animal life on Earth. Their combined biomass outweighs humans and many larger animals by astonishing amounts.
These tiny creatures quietly perform work essential for the stability of life.
Sometimes the smallest life forms hold the greatest responsibility for keeping our planet alive.
When we zoom out, insects are not a minor detail, but a dominant force shaping life.
They transfer energy through ecosystems, feeding countless animals and supporting plant reproduction.
In many ecosystems, insects act as the central connectors, linking entire food webs.
Remove them, and the stability of ecosystems begins slowly weakening everywhere.
Human civilization depends far more on healthy ecosystems than we usually realize.
Even our farms depend on invisible ecological services provided by insects. A single bee visiting flowers can support entire chains of life. Small interactions, repeated trillions of times, sustain the living systems of Earth. The smallest creatures often carry the greatest responsibilities for keeping ecosystems alive.
Protecting the smallest life forms may be one of the most important tasks for our future.
The story of insects is ultimately the story of how life organizes itself on Earth. Insects appeared long before humans and helped shape ecosystems for hundreds of millions of years. Over time, they diversified into millions of species, filling nearly every ecological niche.
Today, insects represent the most diverse group of animals living on our planet.
Yet in many places, scientists observe worrying declines in insect populations. Habitat loss, pollution, pesticides, and climate change all contribute to these declines.
The future of ecosystems may depend heavily on how we treat insects.
Simple actions like protecting habitats and planting wildflowers can help insects recover.
When insects thrive, entire ecosystems become richer, more stable, and more resilient.
Sometimes, protecting the smallest creatures protects the entire living planet.
Imagine once again the quiet return of insects to forests, fields, gardens, and rivers.
Each tiny pollinator resumes the silent work that supports forests, farms, and entire ecosystems. With insects back, plants reproduce again, restoring biodiversity across landscapes. Birds, fish, and countless animals regain reliable food sources across ecosystems. Beneath the surface,
soil organisms restart the endless cycle of decomposition and renewal.
Slowly, ecosystems regain their complex web of interactions built over millions of years.
When we notice them carefully, insects reveal themselves as engineers of living systems.
Their size is small, but their influence stretches across the entire biosphere. Protecting insects means protecting ecosystems, biodiversity, and ultimately our own survival. Sometimes the smallest creatures quietly carry the greatest responsibility for keeping our planet alive.